Hey everyone, it's Jack again, the CEO and founder of Izsit, the film streaming platform for all you independent creators out there of movies, series, and music videos as well. So, as promised this week, I was going to send you the creative partner agreements. So, those are now ready. I'm going to give you guys 3 days just to take a look at it and see what you like and all of that. And I'm going to be accepting all proposals from you, all comments on the agreement. As mentioned before, this is a totally two-way interaction here. We're both fighting for each other. We both want to help each other out in this awesome new space that we're working in. So I'm going to jump into the agreement right now. I'm going to explain some of the main things. The rest of the stuff is kind of more like the usual legal jargon. So I try to keep the agreement as short as possible and to the point as possible. But again, I really want you guys to tell me what I may have or may not have left out, what you like, what you don't like. Let's hear it from you as well. So send me emails, comments, everything. You have my communication channels, they're open to you. All right, let's get into it. All right, so there's really no reason to overcomplicate things over here. You're having an agreement with Izsit, which is a Delaware C Corp based in the US, a very typical kind of structure that's used for startups and things like that. You're going to enter your name, your username that you would like to use on the platform. We'll always refer to you as your username. If you don't want to give out your real name, there are some people who want to use pseudonyms, no problem. Email address, physical locations, optional if you want to put it in there just to give yourself an extra level of security. That's perfectly fine. Great. So first things first is you retain ownership of the content. You warrant that you have all the rights and everything to this that you're allowed to upload it. Then the third point is that you have all the IP to it and all of that kind of stuff. Again, there's going to be some hater out there who's going to come in and try to find a reason to give us a lawsuit for some sort of copyright. So if you don't own copyright, we're not going to put it up on the platform. So this is to protect us. A very important point over there. That pretty much covers those main points. There's an important point here as well, which comes up like maybe 3 times, which is that you're going to give us, once you give us, the permission to distribute your work on the platform, that, we're going to use that in promotional work and things like that. So you have the right to request this, and I'm going to show you where this comes up in the agreement, but you have the right to request us to pull down your work. But once we've used it for promotional purposes or whatever, it's going to be like somewhere in some sort of, reel or in some sort of social media post or whatever the case is. And it's going to be essentially impossible for us to pull it down. Unless we go back and edit every single social post that we made or every single advertisement that we've made in promotion. It's just like a job that we're not going to do. So once you upload something to the platform and we use it in some sort of promotional material, it's going to stay there forever. So that's just one thing that you have to know, but you have the right to take it off the platform if you want, and I'll show that to you a little bit later on. So we are non-exclusive, very important point here, worldwide, royalty-free license to, you're giving us the license to distribute, display, distribute, and promote the content on the platform, modify the content solely for promotional purposes, that's what I was just talking about, and then monetize the content, right? Very, very important. And that this point then covers the fact that once it's on the platform, even if you decide to take it down later on, then we still going to have it in promotional. Your content's still going to be in some promotional content of ours from Izsit. So be aware of that. And this point gets addressed after this one. So here's the monetization and revenue sharing model. So quite basically, we will distribute 90% of the revenues from ads to creators. And mainly the algorithm that helps us to distribute this is based on amount of time that people spend watching your content. So that's the main thing from this point over here. Point 2 is actually if you are able to bring us advertisers, then you keep the full 90% of that full advertisement deal. So that's pretty awesome for you. So if you know advertisers, you can make a lot just by introducing that advertiser to us. They can use your referral code, and then you make 90% of that whole revenue deal there. So that's quite a big one for all of you. Great. Then so the subscription revenues, again, 90% distributed as per watch time. But if somebody uses your code, then you make 90% of that viewer. So of that subscriber, I should say. So there's also a bit of a discount price if somebody uses the referral code. So what that means is that there's a little bit of a discounted price. So the subscribers are incentivized to use referral codes, and then whoever uses your referral code, you make the 90% of that subscription, and so that will be somewhere between I think it's $6.50 and $7.50 that you'll be making. So that you're aware of that per subscription. So this pretty much explains that a little bit more. Yeah. Oh yes, of course. So this point is very important over here, 3.5, which just mentions that if you are made a best in category or best in genre or some sort of similar award or distinguished category or something like that, then you can actually make also up to 100% on the revenue share from that. So pro rata by according to the algorithm. So that's something to be aware of as well. That's quite an exciting thing. So we're really on your side in the sense 90% revenue share is very, very high. Let's continue. Yeah, so you'll receive monthly reports, of course. That's standard, outlining everything. And oh yes, very important as well is that we will be expanding to different monetization methods. So what have I listed over here? I've listed crowdfunding, donations, merchandise sales. But there's going to be other ways as well that we will look into, test, see what works, what doesn't work, and we want to try to make this as beneficial to you creators as possible. So we'll be rolling these out at a later stage, and so I haven't gone into too much detail about it here and now because we won't have the functionality for it on October. So we want to be a little bit more thoughtful as to when the time comes about those different monetization methodologies. We're going to be a little bit more thoughtful as to how exactly we're going to roll that out, and that will come at a later stage as we improving the platform on and on and on. So yeah. Yes, the content guidelines. I mean, this is very straightforward. No copyright infringement. Again, very important point. Content that is harmful, hateful, or illegal. Please don't do that, and don't violate any person's privacy or something that's explicitly violent or got adult content in it. That's pretty much really the most important points over there. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Yes, importantly, you can request the removal of your content at any time. Of course, we also have the right to refuse any content that you want to upload. So that's totally we're allowed to upload whatever we want to, and you're allowed to take off whatever you want to as well. So again, just a two-way protection for both of us. Or if you change your mind about Izsit and you don't want to distribute it anymore on our platform, then you're welcome to send me an email and we'll take it down for you. Termination, you can just terminate the agreement whenever you want, and then obviously we have the right also to terminate the agreement if you're in breach of any of this agreement, so that you're aware. Everything else is pretty much stock standard, nothing crazy over here, and just maybe to point out that we'll follow the laws in Delaware, which is where Izsit Inc. is domiciled, or where you'll find our address and everything. So my signature will be put on there, my personal signature, and then you'll be required to sign it as well. And that's it. It's 4 pages in total. and I look forward to your comments. Please add any comments. It's very important for us to have these two-way conversations. Reach out to me on all social medias that you have in the email. Don't reach out to me on things that I'm not going to check. So just go ahead and look at. I'm always available on email, LinkedIn, telephone. Instagram, and I think I'm forgetting one here as well. You'll see the links at the bottom of the email. So yeah, awesome guys. I look forward to hearing your news. We have until the end of Wednesday, so on Thursday I'll review it and then send you the final version on Friday. Okay, sound good? Alrighty, cheers.